our second stop on our tour of national symbols is going to be the Washington Monument. So, let's zoom in a little bit. This very, very tall structure was built in honor of George Washington, our first president, and it is an obelisk, which is where the bottom is a rectangular prism and the top has a small pyramid on the top. This is a picture of the design sketch by the architect Robert Mills, and you can see that his design is a lot different than what actually happened and what actually turned out to be when they built it. They actually had a lot of problems getting enough money to build his monument, so that's part of the reason why it looks a little bit different today than when he planned. You can find out more information by going to Wikipedia and looking up the Washington Monument by clicking this link. So, we are going to explore a little bit about the Washington Monument. You can tell it's really, really tall, even from here, just because we can't even see the top of it being zoomed out. You can go all the way around it, even peek inside it, but can't see the top right now. So let's get a better view of the Washington Monument. Let's take a 360-degree tour. Of our monument. There we go, zooming in. And here we are on the National Mall. So if we scroll over this way, you can see lots and lots of grass, and way down there is the Lincoln Memorial. They look so close when they're on the map, but they're really not that close. Off this way is going to be the White House. In this general direction is the White House. It's blocked by a bunch of trees, which was actually George Washington's design. He wanted the DC area to have lots and lots of trees. And if you scroll up, you can see just how tall it is. When they were taking this picture, they had to warp the picture a little bit just to show how tall the Washington Monument is. In real life, it's completely straight all the way up. But it's just that tall. You'll notice that there's a couple of different colors of brick, or it's not brick, it's stone. There's a couple of different colors of stone here. That's because in the 1850s, right when the Civil War was happening, they had only gotten to this high on the building. But the Civil War happened, so they had to stop, and they ran out of money. So they started building again in the 1870s. And when they built, they were getting the stone from a different quarry. So it ended up being a slightly different color. I think it just adds to the character of this monument. You can also see that surrounding the monument are 50 flags, and each one represents a state in the United States. Pretty cool symbolism right there. The flag represents individual things, and then each flag represents a state. How cool is that? Alright. So next up, we are going to zoom out just a little bit and scoot down. We're going to follow this red line and go down to the Capitol building, where there's a Capitol reflecting pool and a wonderful Gigapan photo. So we click in here, zoom in a little bit, exactly the same thing. Here we go. You can see the 3D buildings around, and now they are a picture of the actual building. Pretty cool. So here is the U.S. Capitol building. That is also one of the symbols of the United States, but not one we're going to focus on. We're going to scroll around to the other side of this photo slowly. And here you can see the edge of the photo, but you can also see the the Washington Monument all the way down there. We just saw how huge it is, and now we want to look and see how far away it is, because it looks so small now. So I'm going to exit this photo, and that's where our red line will come in handy. If you go up here and click ruler, you should be able to see how many inches, feet, yards, centimeters, kilometers, miles away this is. All you have to do is trace your own. So we'll scoot this out of the way a little bit. You click on where you want to start, and then just start drawing the line. You can follow my red line if you'd prefer, and you can use your arrow keys to keep scrolling to follow the line, and as long as you keep your mouse in about the right spot, the line will follow you. So just keep moving the mouse until you get all the way back to the Washington Monument, and then you'll be able to see how many miles. So right now we're about 0.4 miles away, but we're not there yet. So how many miles, how many yards, how many feet is between the Capitol building and the Washington Monument? See if you can figure that out. And there are some other cool and exciting things to look at. There's a couple of really cool pictures of the flag and the Washington Monument that you can check out if you are interested. So that is the Washington Monument.